Al in Beverly Shores, Indiana. Hey, Al, what's up?
Hey, I just want to get you talking about a new topic because, first of all, I want to say that I really admire your research and the work you're doing. I secondly want to say that you have yet to say something I disagree with. But two characteristics that all of these mass shooters have had in common. Yeah. One of them is they've had guns. Everybody's talking about that. But the second and most important thing is they've all had psychiatric disorders. Most of them have been pre-diagnosed psychiatric disorders.
Al, who's going to shoot up a theater except somebody who's a little crazy? You know, the day that kid murdered those 20 children in Newtown, Connecticut, that same day, there was a mass killer in China, in Beijing, China. And he went into a school and he attacked over 30 children. And the difference is that in that attack in China, the guy had a knife. 30 children were injured and taken to the hospital. Nobody died. Adam Lanza had an AR-15. 20 children were blown, and some of them, their bodies were so badly mutilated by these giant bullets, you know, from this weapon of war that they had difficulty identifying the children, who they were. I mean, they'd been that badly shot up, not to mention the teachers. So, yeah, we've got mental health issues, but that's not what's causing these shootings. What's causing these shootings is easy availability of guns.
Yeah, but if you treat the mental health issues, if you do secondary...
Al, you're always going to have crazy people. We have 320 million people in this country.
That's the idea. You want to deal with the issues that are driving these people.
But you can't, you know, it's a hell of a lot easier to do like Australia did after that mass shooting in Tanzania in 1998. Which was the 17th or 18th mass shooting that Australia had in the previous couple of decades. And they just said, okay, that's it. It's over. And they did a nationwide nationwide gun buyback, and they put very, very serious constraints on who could own a gun. You had to demonstrate a need for it. You had to be licensed, and you had, you know, all this kind of stuff. You know, the reasonable gun control. If sportsmen could still have guns, and women, sports, and people who need them for security could still have guns, but they were and there has not been a single mass shooting in Australia. I guarantee you the number of crazy people in Australia, and that's almost a slur phrase, but I don't know how else to say it. Mentally ill people, let's say, has not gone down. What has gone down is the availability of guns. So they haven't had a mass shooting since 1998 in Australia when they did this. It's a hell of a lot easier to get the guns off the street than it is to go from person to person who visits a psychiatrist and say, is this person potentially a mass shooter? And then on what basis are you going to lock them up for how long so that they don't do the mass shooting? I mean, there's just no way to anticipate. But if you can keep the guns out of their hands, then I think that you've got a good first step. So, Al, I respectfully disagree with you.